Hey up, it's month 9, a month since my last video, and you're looking at my 55-gallon display with a water-bridged 34-gallon refugium. In my last update I had an ICP test, and I mentioned I had iodate elevated levels. They were 120 times the level that they should be. Now I reckon that level had been gradually creeping up over about 8 months. Obviously in that 8 months I've had other issues, just getting parameters stable with a newish tank, but my Zoas certainly lost colour and sort of started to shrivel away, especially towards the end. It was quite frustrating. I've done a fair few water changes, and I reckon my iodate levels, which is actually the problem from what I can see from the Salifert test kit, and I reckon they're about 15 times too much now instead of 120 times. So it's better, but still not perfect. In the last 2 weeks, Zoas have definitely been bouncing back. Unaffected were Stylophora, plating Montipora, branching Montipora. Even this Montipora spongides has been fine, although the right frag is bleaching here, possibly because when I did a water change I left it in the air for far too long, so really annoyed about that. I've got Bryopsis here in the weir at the top, but nowhere else. Also got it in the refugium. I've got bubble algae. I haven't got any hair algae. That's been outcompeted by the Chaetomorpha in the refugium, which is good. This green staghorn on the right, I've just placed high up for the first time, and apparently it might change a totally different colour. The one on the left, which is a tricolour acro, has survived, and it's got a little bit of growth. You can see the nodules there, not much polyp extension on either, which could be the iodate or could be my phosphate levels, which are about 0.06. Up until about 3 weeks ago, even these dragon eyes I thought I was going to lose, but they're bouncing back. I've got a new light, Aqua Illumination Hydra 26 HD, balancing on bamboo sticks because I'm still waiting for the gooseneck to arrive. My yellow tang is lovely and plump. For a long time I've been feeding my fish with frozen food and occasional pellets and flakes every 3rd day. I got a chalk goby probably a couple of months ago, and it was very thin, and it's put on some weight but not enough, so I thought, right, I will feed pellets and flakes every day. And after 4 days, from what I can see, the chalk goby has put on weight, so I will continue feeding every day along with the frozen food as well. Another product I've bought is Red Sea's nitrate test kit, which costs a ludicrous £30, and I was sort of coerced into buying it by the LFS, and he said I could send it back, but when I tried it, you know what, it's absolutely brilliant. It's really readable, so I can read whether it's 0.25, 0.5, 0.75. I mean, there's a sort of bit of plastic in there that sort of helps you read, but you think, oh, what a waste of money. But I'm telling you, I'm not a fan of Red Sea, but if you want to read nitrates accurately, then this is definitely a good test kit to get. Of course, I am relying on Red Sea's quality control here, but it is very readable. Up to now, I've been using the Salifert nitrate test kit. With my refugium and miracle mud and the Red Sea test kit, my nitrates have been reading sometimes 0.5, sometimes 0.75. An issue I have had in the last 3 weeks, all my trochus snails have died. They started off by falling off. A lot of them were falling off, they couldn't grip. Some could grip but didn't move, and they gradually died one by one. I managed to save one and take that to my dad's tank. I thought, is it my calcium? My calcium seemed fine, magnesium seemed fine, so is it just a build-up of the iodate and it's finally killed them? I don't know. I couldn't work it out, but anyway, I've saved one. It was a bit sad seeing the others perish. Now, about 4 weeks ago, my tank started to absolutely stink. It was, in the forums I was looking, and somebody described it as a tidal pool, you know, when the tide goes out but it keeps a pool, and the pool smells, I suppose, of seaweed, and that's what it smelt like. I thought, oh my goodness, what's going on? You know, the snails weren't doing well. I thought, is it the snails? I thought, I didn't know what. Anyway, I think it was the chaeto in my refugium. I was letting it grow and grow and grow and grow, so it was getting really dense. And I'd also read that in the middle the chaeto can rot, and here we go, here is the refugium. You can see that nice tuft of bryopsis above and then the chaeto below. So anyway, the chaeto, I tossed about 3/4 of it and the smell just went. So I didn't realise chaeto could rot, but yes, I think it can. It is my male maroon clownfish, the little one, and the female is beautiful as well. The female pushes rocks out of the way, really, with venom, or big frags like my huge digitata, and just shifts it away. I need to glue these things down at some point. I really do need to get a hand on gluing. I wanted to show you this frag. It may be fire and ice, although I'm not sure. It's a zoanthid. There are blue flecks there. Now I've had this frag for 8 months, maybe longer, and I've not seen those blue flecks for 8 months. So things are picking up, I think. I know they're not brilliant, but they're still definitely getting there. Okie dokie. Now here is my peppermint shrimp. I think these guys are great. They really do get rid of aptasia. I have no aptasia in my display tank. I think I've seen one in the refugium, so goodness knows what's happening there. Maybe they'll spread in the refugium, and then I'll have to get some for the refugium. But I do love this guy. You don't really see it that often. I think it just likes the shade. I've just changed the rock formation a bit, so it seems a bit happier. Parameters I've not mentioned so far in the video. So alkalinity fluctuates between 7.7 and 8.4. I test that every day using Salifert. Calcium's about 450 and magnesium about 1300, both pretty stable. Salinity is about 1.026. Now I dose Kalkwasser, a mixture of Kalkwasser and Boiling Light. That's sodium bicarbonate, calcium chloride. I also use magnesium, the Tropic Marin, with those trace elements. I also hand dose some strontium. I've got some amino acids. That's a Salifert, coral. And I dose trace hard Salifert and Seachem Plus, which also has trace elements, but I'm careful with those two because they both have iodide in, so I'm particularly careful at the moment, not dosing too much with those. Also the Seachem Phytoplankton. And here we have my yellow clown goby. I just wanted to show you this. This is under the blues. You can see those white spots. They're sort of a bit enhanced with the blue light. But this guy, I've had him for about 2 years. He's always had these white spots. I guess it's probably ick. But they never seem to drop off. They just seem to be there all the time. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Ta-da!